Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Eddie. So for today's video is the most updated requirements for a 9A visa to a foreign spouse of a Filipino national. This is part 1. My part 2 will be the foreign parent of a Filipino minor child because I have received a lot of requests on that video because the usual video we do for 9A are only for spouse, and now we are going to do another video for foreign parents. So stay tuned, details coming right up. So 9A visas are issued to immediate family of a Filipino national. These are for spouse of Filipino national, foreign parent of a Filipino minor child, and foreign child of a Filipino national. But for today's video, like I said, we are going to do the requirements for the foreign spouse 9A visa. Also, keep an eye on the requirements for the foreign parent of a minor Filipino child. I am going to make a different video on that so you guys don't get confused, because I know there are some foreign nationals that only belongs to the foreign spouse of a Filipino national, and there are also foreign nationals that belongs to the foreign parent. So please watch out on that. But for the requirements for foreign spouses of Filipino national, number 1 is the non-immigrant visa form. You guys need to fill this out. Duly accomplished non-immigrant visa application FA form number 2-A. So you guys can find this at the Philippine Consulate website where your jurisdiction is. So you can download it there. I can also leave the link in the description box. And this form needs to be notarized. So before submitting this form to the Philippine Consulate, make sure that you notarize it. Where you can notarize, UPS is notarizing, UPS. Your courthouse is notarizing. There are some banks that also do notarization. Our second requirement is photo ID. You only need one piece of this photo ID. This needs to be colored. The background should be white, front view. I have also indicated in here the size of the photo. You should not be wearing eyeglasses or sleeveless attire, and digital photographs are not allowed. Now, there are other Philippine consulates that would require you to sign the front view of your photo ID, just below your photo ID. They require your signature, not at the back, but they need it below front view. So other Philippine consulates has different requirements. What I'm doing right now is kind of like the general requirements of each Philippine consulate, but there are other consulates that have their own requirements that other Philippine consulates are not imposing. Like I said, some Philippine consulates wants you to sign your photo ID. Some Philippine consulates doesn't require that. So it's really important that you coordinate with them on what other requirements that they need for the 9A visa. Because what they have on their website sometimes is not all the requirements that they need. They have additional requirements. Believe it or not, they have other requirements that are not listed on their website, but they need it for the 9A visa. So make sure to coordinate with the Philippine consulate where your jurisdiction is. Number 3 is valid passport. This should be electronic or machine readable passport, and this should be valid for at least 6 months beyond authorized period of stay in the Philippines. So you have to have at least 6 months, meaning you still have 6 months left after you have returned to your country of origin, because you will not be allowed to board the aircraft if you already have less than 6 months in your passport. My husband has actually experienced that. He thought that he still have enough months on his passport. He actually still have 6 months, at least 6 months before he flew to the Philippines. But there will be less than 6 months when he go back to the States. So he was not allowed to board the aircraft, and we had to renew his U.S. passport on expedite request because he already had a ticket. So please keep that in mind, that you should have at least 6 months in your passport by the time you went back to your country of origin. Number 4 is copy of applicant's Philippine visa, old or expired. If you have applied previously, this applies to you. It doesn't apply to first-time applicants. So, before, I know the Philippines is visa upon arrival. So to those foreign nationals who have visited the Philippines before and already have stamps on their passport, you guys will need to submit a copy of that. That way they know that you guys have visited the Philippines already. But to those who are doing this for the first time, to those who haven't been to the Philippines yet, this does not apply to you. I guess this helps expedite the process of your 9A visa because they already know you've been to the Philippines. No offense to those who are first-timers to visit the Philippines. I think it would help speed up the process, but don't worry to those first-timer applicants for 9A visa. Don't worry if you guys don't have the Philippine visa yet, whether it's old or expired, because this is not going to be the basis of the approval of your 9A visa. Number 5 is legal proof of relationship. This could be your PSA issued marriage certificate with PSA official receipt if married in the Philippines, report of marriage or marriage certificate with apostille if married abroad. So please take note of these documents. If you guys are married online, you need to report your marriage because Philippine Consulate will ask an affidavit that you guys were not present together. You guys went on the virtual wedding. They are very strict when it comes to this. But the good thing about it, if you guys have submitted your report of marriage already, you can inform them that your report of marriage is already on process in the consulate that you are applying the 9A visa to. That way they will know. They might process your 9A visa and report of marriage all at the same time. It happened. But you can inform the Philippine Consulate that your report of marriage application is already with them when you submit your 9A visa application. Number 6, Filipino spouse's Philippine passport. Submit a copy of the data page. So, submit the data page copy of your wife's Philippine passport. I get asked of this a lot of time. What if she doesn't have a Philippine passport? Unfortunately, to be honest, I don't know the answer to that. But to make sense of it, unfortunately, they don't have any alternative to this. And they really need your wife's Philippine passport data page copy. Number 7 is proof of financial capability of foreign spouse. These are the following: latest bank statement, income tax return, pay stub, employment certificate from the employer indicating position and salary. So this is one of the bases on the approval of your 9A visa, that you are financially capable in staying in the Philippines for a period of time. So whatever financial statement that you have, submit it to the Philippine Embassy. They want the most recent statement of your bank statement, pay stub, or employment certificate if you are employed, indicating your position and salary. If you have a credit card statement, they also accept that, as long as these financial statements are current. Number 8, round-trip ticket. This is unpaid reservation. Please do not purchase a ticket yet. So, round-trip ticket. It doesn't need to be a paid ticket like they said. It can be an unpaid ticket. So what are you going to do on this requirement? Look up for a flight that you are going to the Philippines. And if you have found a flight that you think will work for you when you finally got approved with your 9A visa, you don't need to be buying it yet. You can print it out, and that's what you're going to submit to the Philippine Consulate. This is what they meant with unpaid reservation, and don't purchased the ticket yet. Browse the internet if you wanted to look for flights with Delta, American Airlines, Japan Airlines, Philippine Airlines. And if you find the flight that you like, print it, and that's what you're going to submit, including other documents for your 9A visa application. But if you guys have already purchased your ticket, you can also submit that. But if you guys have already purchased your plane ticket to the Philippines, you can also submit that as well. Number 9 is pre-book quarantine hotel. If you are fully vaccinated, this is 3 nights, 4 days coming from the green list. If unvaccinated coming from the green list, that is 7 nights, 8 days. If coming from the yellow list, fully vaccinated, that is 5 nights and 6 days. If coming from the yellow list, unvaccinated, that is 7 nights and 8 days. If you are coming from the red list, that is 10 days quarantine. Your swab test will be on the 7th day. So make sure that you have a confirmed booking because that will be checked during your check-in at your country of origin. You will be denied boarding if you don't have a confirmed hotel for your quarantine when you get to the Philippines. So make sure that you have booked that hotel and you have that confirmation number, confirmation slip that you have printed out that you are staying at this particular hotel for quarantine. Because like I said, they will deny you to board the aircraft if you don't have it. Number 10 is proof that the Filipino wife is in the Philippines. So this is actually new. Selfie holding a newspaper, current newspaper, and notarized. Barangay certificate. Your wife can get this at their barangay. Please indicate the Filipino spouse's complete address and contact number in the Philippines. So the newspaper, your wife will be holding a newspaper like what I've showed in the picture earlier. She can take a selfie holding a newspaper, current date. She can have it printed and have her notarize it. It's important that you need to notarize that requirement because if not, all your paperwork will be sent back to you. The barangay certificate, like I said, your wife can get this at their barangay in their area. Letter of support from the Filipino spouse. You have to indicate the purpose of their travel, indicate that the wife is solely responsible of her foreign husband, not to be a public charge, and these needs to be notarized. So you need to make a letter. It's kind of like an invitation letter from the Filipino wife that the foreign husband will be coming to the Philippines and the Filipino wife will be solely responsible of the foreign husband during his stay in the Philippines. And this letter needs to be notarized as well. I actually made a video on that, on how to make a letter of request from the Filipino spouse. I will post the link in the description box for your reference. Next is a visa fee. The visa fee is $40 processing fee. You can send it through MoneyGram, cashier's check. Unfortunately, they don't accept personal checks and credit cards at the moment. So when you are compiling all your requirements for your 9A visa, you need to include the visa processing, which is $40. So you can have it on MoneyGram or cashier's check. And lastly, number 13 is self-addressed envelope. This is the prepaid envelope. Make sure it has a tracking number. So when you go to the USPS, unfortunately, that is the courier that they are using. They don't use FedEx. So when you go to the USPS, use the large envelope. Put all your documents in there that you are submitting for 9A visa application along with a prepaid envelope, because that prepaid envelope will be used when they return all your paperwork to you when your 9A visa is approved. Make sure it has a tracking number so you can track it on where it's at when it's on its way back to you. So that is our comprehensive guide to all foreign spouses of a Filipino national who are applying for a 9A visa to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Right now, the visa upon arrival is still suspended. So 9A visa is a requirement, is a mandatory requirement to foreign spouses of Filipino national to be allowed entry into the Philippines. Because without the visa, you will not be allowed to enter the Philippines. During check-in at your country of origin, if you don't have that visa, the airline will deny you to board the aircraft, because this is one of the most important requirements to be allowed entry into the Philippines. So like I said, guys, I will have another video for foreign parent of a Filipino minor child. So there are some foreign nationals who have kids in the Philippines with a Filipino national, but they are not married. You guys can actually secure a 9A visa for that. Like I said, I will have that on separate video. Please keep an eye on that. I will publish it the soonest. So I hope this comprehensive guide, the most updated 9A visa process for foreign spouses of Filipino nationals. So to all foreign nationals who have gone through the process already with 9A visa, please comment it down below if I missed something on the requirements. I would really appreciate it, so we can use it as reference to our fellow foreign nationals who are planning to visit the Philippines on a 9A visa status. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and share this video with your friends and family. And if you have any questions, concerns, or inquiries with regards to the video or any of our travel update videos in our channel, please comment it down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Or you can direct message me in our Facebook page and Instagram, same handle, the Eaton Squad. And I would like to thank you guys for the continued support and trust to our channel, the Eaton Squad. I hope to see you guys on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.